Hey y'all, welcome to a Taste Challenge Tuesday on Uncle Bub's Bell Buckle Beer Reviews. Alright, so this week I've got a taste challenge between Bud Light, which is a 4.2% alcohol by volume, and it's not one of my favorite brews. I do not particularly care for Bud Light. It seems to give me a headache. I just don't buy it very often at all. I think my daughter's boyfriend brought this 6-pack over. And had one left. So I got Bud Light against Busch Light, which I have really been enjoying some Busch Light here lately. It's a 4.1% alcohol by volume, very smooth and easy to drink. However, the last time I did I did a domestic beer taste challenge between Bud Ice, Budweiser, and Bud Light. I actually chose the Bud Light having the best flavor. So I thought it'd be interesting doing these two Anheuser-Busch products head-to-head at 0.1% alcohol by volume difference, just to see which one I like better. Like I said, I've been enjoying some Busch Light here lately. I think I've bought like 3 cases of it and have just really been enjoying it. It's just very smooth and easy, mild. Anyway, so we're going to try them head-to-head today. What I've got is a piece of blue tape on the bottom of my Bud Light mug, and then I've got nothing on my Busch Light mug. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pour these hard today, see what kind of head we get out of them. I had somebody make a comment about something I did not too long ago. My Busch Light looked flat. He said it looked flat as a fart. And was unappetizing to him. So I thought, well, maybe I'll try to just pour a head on them, pour them hard, see what we get. I can pause the video and let the head dissipate. Anyway, y'all, I'm out here. I've had a little reprieve from the weather, and it's just a gorgeous day out. And I thought, man, it's just a great day to get out here and drink some beer. I've got the sun is shining, man, right under the edge of my gazebo and glaring in my face off the table here. Ain't nothing I can do about it. So anyway, we just do best we can. Alright, so we're going to pour the Bud Light first. Try to pour it with some head. Pour it hard. A little head on it there, just like that. Alright. And the Busch Light will do the same way. We'll let it see if it develops a head like that. It's a pretty good head on the Bud Light. Looks like this and developing a pretty good head too. Yep. Pretty good head on it as well. When you pour them hard, they get a pretty good head on them. Now just looking at them, of course I got that glare off the table, man. It's just really shining through these mugs. The Busch Light looks just a tad lighter in color than the Bud Light. Get the rest of that off in there. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. The color of the brew. Alright, so there's the Busch Light. And the glare is so bad I can't even hardly see the camera. I hope I'm pointing at where you can at least see it. I think you can. Alright. So it actually looks like the Busch Light has a better head on it than the Bud Light. They're both beautiful bright beers. Bud Light has just a shade darker tint to it, from what I can tell. Just a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to pause the video here, let these heads die down a little bit. We'll come back and I'll take my glasses off, we'll swap them around and do our taste challenge. The blue tape is on the bottom of my Bud Light mug. So let's pause for a minute. Alright, so I've let the heads die down on them. I don't know if you can notice or not, but in the Busch Light it has a little bit of lacing stuck on the glass. It actually had a better head on it than the Bud Light did. So anyway, now I'm going to take my glasses off. We're going to swap them around and see which one, see if I can tell a difference, and then see which one I prefer. All right, so it's now time for the fiddle man to do his thing. All right, we're going to stop right there. I've swapped these around. I've confused myself. I don't know which one is which. So now we're going to try and see if I can tell Busch Light from Bud Light and see which one I prefer flavor-wise. All right, here we go. I'm going to say that's a Bud Light right off the bat. I take that back. I think this is a Bud Light. I don't know, y'all. Dadgummit, I can't tell. I can't tell, y'all. I thought I could tell them the difference. Tell the difference between them pretty easy. But when I took a sip of this one, I got a little bit of an aroma off of it. I didn't just then, but when I first took a sip, I did. And I thought it was a Bud Light. Then I took a sip of this one. And I think this is the Bud Light, probably. I think this is the Bud Light. I think this is the Busch Light. Now, which one do I prefer? I got to tell you, while I was waiting on the heads to dissipate, I noticed that the Busch Light didn't have any, a very, very few bubbles coming up through it, where the Bud Light had bubbles coming up through it the whole time, pretty much. I think because I poured them hard, the carbonation in the body of it itself is depleted because of the head I poured on each one of them. I mean, there's still a little bit there. And there's still a little bit there. There's actually more carbonation in this one than there is in this one. Flavor-wise, which one do I prefer? Well, I mean, flavor-wise, that's tough. Flavor-wise, I'm probably going to have to give the edge to this one. I'm thinking this is the Bud Light, and to me it has just a little bit more in the flavor profile than this one. I mean, just a little bit. Scoring these beers, I'd probably score them an even A-. The flavor is very low in both of them, I got to tell you that. Compared to a Budweiser or Coors, they're just not as robust. Of course, they're both light beers, so I kind of believe that. I'm thinking this is the Busch Light and this is the Bud Light. and I actually prefer the flavor over this one. I think I prefer the flavor of this one over this one. So I'm gonna go. I've made my choices. I'm gonna go ahead and open my eyes, put my glasses on, and see what I've got here. And I was correct. This is the Bud Light, and the flavor is just a little bit better than the Busch Light, flavor-wise. Now, am I gonna start drinking Bud Light more than Busch Light? No, I'm not. I'm not. First of all, Busch Light is a lot cheaper than Bud Light. But I was able to tell the difference. After pouring them off, the head was better on the Busch Light, but this one has just a little bit more carbonation. I still see bubbles floating up through this one. They're floating up through this one too, but not as much as on the Bud Light. It's got a little bit more carbonation, got just a hint more of flavor to it. I still love them both, man, as far as the flavor goes. I'm just not a Bud Light fan. Every time I've drank Bud Light in any kind of quantity, it's always given me a headache. So I'm just really deterred from Bud Light. But the flavor of it is just a little bit better than the Busch Light. That's the way it goes, man. It's always something. Anyway, that's been fun. I've enjoyed it. I hope y'all have enjoyed it. Let me know which one you prefer. Do you prefer Bud Light over Busch Light? If flavor's not a difference and price is the difference, which one do you prefer? Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. If y'all like the videos, there's a little beer mug over here in the corner. Y'all subscribe my YouTube channel. I'm here every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Sometimes Monday and Tuesday. Just depends on what I have. But I love and appreciate y'all. Thank you for watching. And thank you to the American worker. Appreciate what y'all do. Thank you for working hard to provide for yourselves and your families and pay your own way and support our economy. Y'all stay tuned. I'll be back tomorrow for a Wet Your Whistle Wednesday. Love and appreciate y'all. Cheers, brothers and sisters. Even knowing what they are, the flavor is better in the Bud Light. It just is.